Hey guys, okay, I got something, little experiences, but they're pretty cool, and they mean a lot if it's happening to you. So I was just gonna tell you my little thing here that happened to me last night. Well, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I was working with this one Christ, and he said, "I'm sending you home. I'm sending you home," and I'm like, "Well, that has a lot of meanings, man. Home means in the astral world of your home, where you belong, your soul is. So you're killing me, that's everything. And then home means in your body. It means your subconscious going home. Your subconscious goes back in your body. So I got like three different homes that I recognize anyway. There's probably more. And so this Christ is telling me he's sending me home. I don't really understand it. Then he said, you're out of time. You're out of time, and I'm sending you home. What that means is necromancy. I've been through this before. So necromancy it's not what he calls it. A different Christ called it necromancy. Now, when you talk to the dead and you go to where they live, your soul goes to where they live. You're here on the earth, right here, in time and space, the me world, the molecular world. When you go live where they are, you're in a different place. Your soul goes to a different place. Now, our time is here going through its timeline. You're going through your timeline, and your soul goes to St. Lucian, okay, which is fine. You can move up to St. Lucian, but your meat body is down here on the earth. Your soul is in St. Lucian. Plus, it's in here. As long as you don't talk and engage in all the spirits, you stay in line. But now, over a long period of time, say a month of you living in St. Lucian and talking, your conscious mind starts to affect your body. And this, as you're going through time with your soul, your body is slipping away or moving away, and your soul is moving at different times, and everything gets to get all fucked up in your head. And that starts playing a major factor. The longer you stay there without realigning yourself is bad. So I keep realigning myself, or Christ does, or whatever. And they constantly tell me, don't talk, which means I'm realigning myself. But when you're in a battle with somebody and you're fighting the priestess and you're fighting all this, everything's going on, you're engaging your conscious mind, and your soul is engaging in St. Lucian. I don't know all the words for this, so bear with me. But you're engaging in St. Lucian, which you slowly lose the time. Now, the astral world, there's a big... Everybody says when you're dead, there is no space-time. It's true if you're above 13. If you're above 13, there's no space and time. You're pretty much in heaven. But if you're still in the body, consciously, there is a difference. The higher you go, the bigger the slip. That's why they stick me in St. Lucian. Do you understand? You gotta understand this, man. If you're gonna do this shit consciously, all this conscious, and it's hard. You don't get everything. A lot of it you miss. But anyway, so I'm up there. I'm dealing with priestess and everything in St. Lucian. And anyway, finally get rid of her. But I still get the odd loogie and the odd argument. with her. Last night I had a dream. I was on. Grace is giving me these lesson dreams, which has to do with tolerance and tolerance of abuse. People that are abusing you in your tolerance, which I have 0. Fuck, I have 0. Anyway, and what I'm saying is, I just don't go out on the street and pick fights with people, right? I don't pick fights. But if they're coming at me and pushing me and fucking, come on, motherfucker, come on, like that, I'll fight. You reach your red, man, and you gotta fight. That's the way I see it. And I do that there. I'm getting better at it, where people abuse me verbally, and I just like, yo, whatever, man. I got better things to do. But as long as they don't hit me, like the last fight I was in St. Lucia at the bar fight, I won that. The guy punched me in the bladder like twice or something, and I punched him in the head and threw him against the wall, and that was it. But he attacked me first. All this is like crisis morality stuff. So anyway, so I did the right thing there, and I didn't do anything hard to hurt him. Like nothing hard. Jesus. I finally let the priestess go. She said she was moving out of town. Found out last night going to bed. She's staying in put in St. Lucian, which is okay. I don't care. Like, I'm separated from her, so I don't get the full onslaught of her shit in my head like I used to. And I don't want her back. Jesus Christ. I just went through like 10 months since spring. It was 8 months. I don't know. But I finally got her out, more or less. We still got things, but she's more or less separated. And I spin that wheel thing, and whenever she starts coming back in, I spin that wheel thing and push her back away. And when another wheel shows up, I just push it away, spin it and push it away. And I made a video about this. It's how to get other people separated from you. I didn't quit smoking, which is a good thing. But I will one day. I couldn't have done this with quitting smoking, but I will. Cutting back anyway. Now back to the necromancy. So there's a time slip. So your body down here and your soul is up here, but it's down here also. Okay. St. Lucian, tier 3 body down here, meat world. And this is not a big gap. Not a big gap at all. But they have to send me home, which here. Then I'm living in alignment. So I'm way out of fucking alignment. Last night I had a dream I was on a Greyhound bus. And I don't know where I was coming from, but I pulled the Greyhound bus. As I was on it, the priestess was sitting in the seats next across from me. And she's just yelling at me sporadically, just I don't know where, just yelling at me. And I'm just sitting there going, shut this crazy. I didn't even know who it was. It was some crazy lady. She's yelling at me, and then the bus pulls in to Windsor, Ontario. The bus pulls into Windsor, Ontario. And everybody, a lot of people get off. The bus driver got out of his seat, sat there, and I don't know if he's waiting for another bus driver, but I was changing my socks. I don't know what the hell that means. I was putting on new socks. And yeah, that is pretty good because my feet are on the ground. Okay. So my feet are on the ground, so I'm changing my socks into getting back into my body. Hold on. Just hear me out. So I've changed my socks in the bus driver, and I thought I was getting off because I thought I lived in Windsor. And all of a sudden I realized I don't. I live in Chatham, which is about 50 miles away. So it's Windsor than Chatham. That's the Greyhound bus route, right? But I used to live in Windsor, Detroit. Windsor's on the Canadian side of the border. Detroit's on the other one in America. Anyway, I used to live there 5 years ago or less, 4 years ago. The priestess started helping me when I lost my skins. I didn't know who it was, and I didn't give a fuck. She saved my life a bunch of times. But she would mental telepathy in my head. You gotta do this. You gotta. When I get in a fight with Christ, and Christ was raping me, or whoever the fuck was. Well, no, it was a bunch of Christ. But when I was at battle with spirits or whatever, they would. She'd tell me what to do because I didn't know. In my head, I'd hear a whisper, mental telepathy, in the middle of your brain. Go to wisdom. And or I have a problem with Christ, and she say, go to wisdom. And I say, I request to go to wisdom. So Christ would take me to wisdom, and the problem would be solved because they had me in a corner. Stuff like that. And that was years ago, like 6 years ago. And Daryl, my cousin, I was living with him. Anyway, fucking hell on earth that I was going through there. Holy fuck. But that's when the priest. So I get to Chatham on this bus last night. I get to Windsor on this bus last night. Pull into the fucking station, putting on new socks, putting on new shoes. And they're new. They're pure white and pure white shoes. Anyway, I get in there. She gets off the bus. All these other people get off the bus. And I'm going to Chatham. So there's like 2 or 3 people on the bus going to Chatham or whatever. Then it goes on to London, Toronto, just like a VIA train. Anyway, I'm like, why am I in a fucking VIA train, right? No, I take the fucking Greyhound. I'm like, come on, Jesus, you can afford a train. Anyway, I wake up and I go, immediately my brain thinks, hey guys, I got a Greyhound bus. Do you want it? It's a huge bus. And I was going to get off the bus and pick it up and give it to Christ. So they, like, sell it or whatever. And he goes, no, do not get off that bus. And I go, why? What's the matter? And so I'm still on the train. So I sat back down. I go, I'm changing my socks. Why am I putting on new socks? And he's like, Jesus Christ, man. He's like, Jesus Christ. And he goes, you're going back home. What's your next destination? I go, I'm in Windsor. It's a pit stop. And I was getting off to go home. And he goes, you don't live there. He goes, go home. I go, Chatham. He goes, yeah, go home to Chatham. In your body. And I go, oh, shit. This is that thing, isn't it? This is realigning myself to my body. And he goes, yeah. He goes, you got to be sleeping to get there, which means when you sleep, when you meditate, whatever, when you appear in St. Lucian, your soul, he's taking you home. So he puts you up. It's a cycle thing because I'm still in St. Lucian talking to him. I'm in Christ's house in the illusion, which is like outer space. They took me out of St. Lucian and put me in the illusion in Christ's house, and I've been there for 2 weeks, sleeping on the couch. And all my kids are there, and other people, Christ's family's in there feeding me, and I go to the bathroom there and everything. I live there in Christ's house. But my soul is also going home at the same time. He goes, once you get home and get off the bus, you can come back in the manger. Because you can't. You're out of time. He goes, you got to go back home. And he goes, don't talk to anybody. Don't talk to us in your head. He goes, when you engage that, you get off the bus and you go to where you go to who the person you're in, you engage with them. Don't do that. I'm sending you home so you can have a fresh start. I go, what does that have to do with the seeds? And he goes, once you're in alignment, you get your seeds back. Because you get your seeds back, then you can start focusing on your reality again. And he goes, oh, I got it. I said, oh, I got it. because I didn't know he was doing this, but he told me earlier, but it's been so much going on, I forgot about it. And he goes, once you get home, he goes, then you get, you know, the ghost of history. Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, he goes, you'll receive the ghost of history, and that'll keep you in your body because you're getting answers to what you want. That'll keep you in your body. And he goes, you seek answers to history. I go, yeah, well, everything, myself, all my past lives, everything I want to know. And he goes, well, that's why I'm giving you the ghost of history, so you'll see what you need to see. And I go, I need my seeds to see. And he goes, exactly. That's why we're giving them back to you. And he goes, I wanted to ask him more details, but by this time I had to pee and I was getting up and going to the bathroom. So I got this much anyway. So I'll get more answers to Priestess problem, Daniel Boone stuff, all my own history, and the history of the earth and everything. Anunnaki, when I arrived, the last ice age, ET shit, all the way back to now. Well, past lives. I'll start getting answers for that again. And I said, can I still go to Oceanside in St. Lucian? He goes, yep, once you're done these sequences, because I'm having these dreams about my stress levels. I forgot what the fuck. I said it earlier in here. My reactions to abuse. And that's a crazy thing, I guess. Well, to me, it's just normal. People are fucking pushing you and yelling at you and treating you like a piece of crap. Kick them in the fucking nuts and just punch them in the teeth. Give them a bloody nose, right? And in the spirit world, when I fight spirits, they fucking deserve it. And they don't, when I punch a spirit here, when I punch a spirit in the teeth there, oh, they knock their teeth out, but they heal up in fucking 2 days. They're all better. I do it. But they don't want that in St. Lucian. For me to have violence and fights and stuff like that and shooting guns, you do that in the illusion. There's places in St. Lucian you can own a gun, but you can't shoot fucking run around the streets in fucking Beirut, you know. You have to go into the illusion for that. And what they told me yesterday was, oh, the priestess is not leaving. And they wanted to see my reaction. And I got real fucking mad when I accused him for lying to me. I go, why the fuck do you always lie to me? Anyway, I grabbed my gun. It was fake. I didn't grab my gun. It was a fake gun. And I pointed it down at St. Lucian to where the priestess was. She wasn't leaving. And they told me she was. And he goes, you shoot that gun and it starts all over again. He goes, you can't shoot into St. Lucian. And that just confirmed everything I fucking knew already, which is nice. Confirmation from Christ of what I already knew is nice. So when you're in the illusion and you're floating in outer space over top of St. Lucian, the city, and the priestess lives in that house, and I can see her, I just pointed. It was a fake gun. I knew it. I just wanted to get their reaction. I wanted to give them a reaction to how pissed I was. So I pointed a gun. The fucking barrel was not even real. There was no bullets in it. It was just a stick that looked like a gun, more or less. And I pointed it and he goes, don't you do that. Don't you fucking shoot. And I didn't. I go, I just wanted your reaction. Dude. Christ. Why you're lying to me? Why do you always fucking lie to me? He goes, we're putting you in the right path. And I go, I wasn't going to shoot. As long as she don't fuck with me, I'm fine, man. Tell her to go on her way and do her own fucking thing. Just stay out of my goddamn head. And she's been doing good. Had a couple close calls there. But also this happened 2 days ago when I started quitting smoking. I tried. I was freaking out. You know when you quit, you freak out. They took my innocence, the CBC innocence in me. Now there's 2 CBCs. There's the one I had growing up all my life that took care of me. He's like an avatar. He's there all the time doing his thing, moving shit around, driving me nuts. Then there's another CBC. He's connected to that CBC, but they're 2 different personalities. And also from my Russian life with Tina, I did, what the hell's that other Russian guy called? I forgot. Anyway, it's in my videos. God, I can't remember his name. He's one of them. He's a CBC too, but he's got the real name. And he's born on the earth as a cop in New York. Then he quit that job, and now he's a priest in a church. That's what I learned. And he used to be like not the avatar, extra personality that you create outside yourself and you give birth to. Everybody does it. That's why you got all these spirits walking around your house, on the earth, everywhere, because they're all part of you. Not all part of you, but people are here in the meat world and in the spirit world. So you're constantly getting, I heard the priestess is pregnant. So I'm not going to do anything bad. That shit's over. I'm just going to deflect constantly now. Because I can't hurt that innocence in her. Now what that happens is when Tina had Julie, my spirit guide, my friend, had my wife, had Julie and Angela, she had 2 little bumps coming out of her heart, growing out of her heart. They mature and they go whoop, they're little babies, 2 little baby balls, and they're talking intelligence. Well, Christ takes them, gives them form, and they're now babies, and they just run around being babies, and you take care of them. That's how souls are born. So I got 2 kids. That's how souls are born, and they start evolving from that point on. Believe it or not. That's another whole video. But what I'm trying to stick with is necromancy, and I'm going home. So when I go to bed every night, I'll be on that Greyhound bus going home. And all the things since I was in St. Lucian, I'm reversing. Priestess is getting off the bus. The bus driver is doing this and that. Other people are getting off the bus at different stops, at different points in my timeline that I lost since I started talking to them. So the people that are getting off the bus in Windsor, like the priestess, is which when I actually acknowledge that someone is talking in my head, mental telepathy, she's on the bus. She gets off in Windsor, where it all started. And it happens really fast. I don't have to go through another 4 years trying to get home. The bus is going to, hopefully tonight, I'll get off the bus in Chatham. I'll be back in my body. But then, when I'm there stable, Christ puts me in a manger, make sure I'm all good, make sure I get all my shit back together. And then, I'm back in St. Lucian. As long as I don't consciously engage in other people for long periods of time, like the priestess, that's why I'm out of time with my body. As long as I don't do any of that shit, I'm pretty good. And if I do engage over a short period of time, well, it's just a little bit, and then Christ realigns me. But I was so fucking far gone with the priestess that my timeline was way like fucking out here with Saint Lucian and the priestess, because it was like a constant battle. I start returning back to my own timeline, and every night I have to engage the priestess just to fucking survive here. It's a fucked up scene, man. So you're better off mentally never talking to spirits. If you got to do it with your heart. Or do it with Christ. Let Christ take care of it. Or don't do it at all. That's your best bet. Because this is what you get. As soon as you start engaging, especially bad, down here on the earth realm, the earth level, and there ain't too much good down here. So you don't want to talk to them. And they'll all tell you they're the fucking saint of God. I'm the fucking Jesus. I'm the Jesus of this and that. Yeah, they all lie. Unless they're little kids and they're playing. But anyway, stay with Christ, man. I would save yourself a lot of problems. And that's about it. So, necromancy. Don't consciously, mentally talk to the spirits. Even if you're with Christ. Even if you're in Saint Lucian. Because that's when you start losing alignment with yourself. So I've been living in Christ's house. Literally, in the illusion. He has a house in the illusion. And I asked him, I go, okay, my body is from the molecular world. I mean, fucking carbon and DNA and shit. Now, what is your world? What is St. Lucian made out of? I want to know. And he goes, you already know. You know this, all right? I'm like, I know, but I want to hear it. This is the things I want to know. Where does that fit? Where does that fit in the scheme of things? So you go from molecular in our world, in their world, when you die from this world and you go home, you're in the astral world. But depending on where you go. So if you're in St. Lucian level 3 and you die and you live there, it's cool. It's just like here. You can barely tell the difference. But you gotta look for this stuff. And there are differences. They have machines to make things. But I go, are you guys do you guys have molecules, DNA? And he goes, you already know, but I'll tell you anyway. No, we don't. And he goes, you already know from there, which I already know. He is consciousness. Your personality essence creates me, guns, trains, cool things. You take a vehicle from your dream that you dreamed of in the dream world, where you create things, where you create your probable realities. You manifest it in a dream. Well, you wake up, but you still see the dream. You go down, pick up the car, bring it to St. Lucian. They make it work, and they make it hard, just like a real car here, and you're driving down the fucking road. Plus, you're driving down the road, and all of a sudden you see a ghost car fly by. A ghost car fly by you, and it passes through other cars. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, I was driving down St. Lucian's highway, and there's a fucking car past me, right into another car, and there's no accident. Grace is like, well, he's dreaming he's driving his car. He's dreaming of driving to work in St. Lucian. And I go, you shitting me? And he goes, no. And that's what happens, man. You can be consciously aware in your dream, meditating, driving down a car in the highway, or You could be unconscious dreaming, going to work, working with the creator to work out your probable realities and stuff, working with consciousness, working with Christ. Whatever the case may be. This is how it works, man. So cool. So cool. Guitars, bass guitar. I asked my buddy, I go, how do you make a bass guitar? Because I've had the bass guitar, not mine, but in St. Lucian. And it was just as fucking real as the one I got here. I'm like freaking out. I'm going, dude, that was so real. And it's heavy. There's weight to it. He goes, yeah, Rich. I go, how do you make it? And he goes, well, we get a piece of wood and we press it. And then we get more wood and press it, and more wood and press it, and treat it, and treat it, and treat it in machines. And then we cut it out. We press it and treat it, press it and treat it. We cut it out. So you take 10 trees or whatever, 10 boards, and you go down to this. And then take 10 more and squeeze them all down, squeeze them all, and everything goes flat. Then you cut out the shape of the guitar, and it's got weight and everything, and they glue it and do all whatever they do to make a guitar. But it all starts with creating it out of not molecules, energy. And they use special chemicals and things to make it more solid in the St. Lucian world, within the 1 to 13 tiers. So when I'm talking spirit world, I'm usually talking about the tiers, right? Because that's where I'm at, and I'm bringing it to you because I'm experiencing it, and good stuff. Fucking awesome stuff. I love it. Anyway, guys, so that's what I'm going through. Don't talk to the dead, because that's necromancy, and if you don't have Christ, well, I don't know what your situations are, but you go out of line over time, and your alignment is totally like, your soul's over here. Your soul is way over here, and your body is here. You're gonna go crazy as this goes farther. The more it goes farther away, the more crazy it is. So Christ puts you on a bus, sends you back home. He's not actually putting you on a bus and sending you home in your body. He holds you in his Christness, and the time slowly comes back. So I've been in Christ's house for 2 weeks now, just to get my soul back in my body, because I've been fighting with the fucking priestess and the regents and everybody else. And you have to go into the illusion to do this. You have to go into the illusion to do this. I'm pretty sure it's easier that way anyway. And the illusion is basically no man's land. And there's even other aspects of the illusion, and there's 22 illusions within the illusion. That Christ knows of. I've been to 3, which are here now, so within myself, like, well, that's another video. I've made videos about this. Anyway, so cool. I just want to get this out and make a little video, update video. All right, guys. Later.